What's going on, dudes? It's your boy Andy Matrix. I'm back, and it's time to rant about the Nintendo Switch 2. Wait a minute. No. I did not buy the Nintendo Switch 2. But who cares? Who cares? I'm a gamer. I can criticize it. I don't need to buy it. And there's enough people out there and reviews out there for me to make a judgment. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You want to know how to make a good purchasing decision, right? You want to know how to make a good purchasing decision? You wait for other people to buy the product and post the reviews, and then you go and buy it. That is the best way to save money, right? Let them be the guinea pigs. Because now people are spending $500 to $1,000 on the Nintendo Switch 2 and regretting it. And while you can sleep good at night because you got money in the bank. Money in the bank. Shawty, what you said? All right, let's get it. Okay.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
All right, dude. So a lot of people are actually regretting buying the Nintendo Switch 2. And for various reasons. It's not just the money problem. It's the battery problem. It's the you own nothing and be happy problem. It's the $80 game problem. It's the hardware problem. It's the what else? It's the I said the battery already, right? It's the storage problem. It's the lack of games problem. Is the console not fitting into your hands and making you feel uncomfortable problem? It's all kinds of problems, man. This shit got more problems than... Well, what the heck is the point of buying a new console? If the new console is not even better than the previous one. Check this out.
I've had the Switch 2 now for a few days, and I think it's really great, aside from one really big gripe that I have with it. It's not the fact that my old SD card doesn't work with it, or the price of the console, or it only having one first-party game at launch, or how wobbly the dock is, or how awkward it is to hold the right Joy-Con in your hand, or the fact that they haven't given Mario Maker a mouse mode, or the obnoxious borders they add when you're trying to do game share. My biggest gripe is with this, the Switch 1 Pro controller, and the fact that I can't turn on the console just by pressing the home button like I could on a Switch 1. Now, I am not down bad enough to spend $80 on a Switch 2 Pro controller to fix this. I think it's really easy for Nintendo to just make an update so this works. Too many times, I am way too comfortable on my couch and then I press this button and I have to get up again. All I'm asking, next Nintendo Direct, do the button update where the button works again. Thank you.
Okay, so I've already been playing a couple of games on the Nintendo Switch 2 for about like an hour or two, and I can already find a problem. Specifically, I've been playing Super Mario Odyssey. I didn't buy the Mario Kart version for this Switch because I'm not paying £80 for Mario Kart. Started the battery on 80% and now we're down to 20 in about an hour or two worth of use. Now, I'm not going to say this is the 100% battery life. Like, I'm going to test it from 100 to 0 playing a load of different games. But so far, Super Mario Odyssey has also been crashing every like 10 minutes. Maybe it's because it's not optimized, maybe because it's day one. Obviously there's going to be problems. I'm not going to blame them for that, but I did think the battery life would be better than this. Honestly, the battery life should be better than this, because otherwise you're going to want to carry this around and then a power bank around, and then the power bank needs to be a specific standard for the it's long. But yeah, I'm going to be testing it more. I'm should be revising for A levels right now, but come Switch guys, I'm supposed to be making content for you guys, so that's my reason. But yeah, full impressions on the Switch will be coming out soon.
You see what I mean? What's the point? You buy a new console, and it's even worse than the previous console. Like, if you have a Nintendo Switch 2, the original Nintendo Switch 2 from 2017, hold on to it. Don't sell it. Right? Don't sell it. Keep it. Just keep it, right? Because at the end of the day, you're still going to have to like transfer your old games over to the Nintendo Switch 2. So you might as well just keep the old one. And because right now there's not even enough games. There's not enough games for the Nintendo Switch 2. Like when you buy it, the only thing available is Mario Kart World or whatever. Like you're gonna have to wait 6 months to a year, so that you can play the AAA games that Nintendo announced, which
So I've got a slight issue with the Nintendo Switch 2, and that is the fact that there's absolutely nothing to play on it. I don't know about you, but I feel like that PC handhelds, like the Steam Deck, have basically killed the traditional console like the Switch for me. Like, do you remember when the first Switch came out? Breath of the Wild was literally the only game that you could play, and on the Switch 2, I guess that game is Mario Kart World. But the problem is that Mario Kart World is quite possibly one of the worst Mario Karts ever made. Beyond Mario Kart though, the other games that you can play on the Switch 2 are literally the same games that you could play on other consoles already, like the Steam Deck. Alternatively, I could also play Switch 1 games, but most of them haven't been updated, so they look very blurry indeed. So I'd say that if you are thinking about getting a Switch 2, the hardware is lovely, but wait, because there's nothing to play on at the moment.
And then if you guys remember, the Nintendo Switch only had, I think, what was it, like 30 gigabytes of internal storage. So you still had to go out and buy a 100 gigabyte, 200 gigabyte chip to add to your Nintendo Switch. That hasn't changed. But hey, the internal storage of the Switch 2 is not 30 gigabytes. Oh shit, it's 60 gigabytes now. Ooh, when you're living in an age, in an era where the average video game, the AAA video game, is about 50 to 100 gigabytes. Oh yeah, a console with 60 gigabytes of internal storage. Yeah, that's gonna do the trick. Yeah, that's gonna help.
I was starting to run low in storage on my Switch too, so I took out the micro SD card on my regular Switch because I don't really use my Switch anymore. I opened up the kickstand and inserted the micro SD card into my Switch 2, and I got this message: this micro SD card cannot be read or isn't compatible with the system. First of all, this literally has the Nintendo Switch logo on it right there, so I don't know why it's not compatible. Second of all, these express cards that you need are like 3 times as much money on Amazon. I can't afford that. I just spent $500 on the Switch 2.
There's so many things wrong with this freaking console, man. I'm so glad I'm a PC gamer. And some of you guys are going to say, well, if you're a PC gamer, you don't really own your games. You don't own your Switch, bro. You don't own it. The Nintendo Switch, you spend $500, $1,000 on it, guess what? It's not yours. You don't own, you're buying a license to have the device, but it's not yours. You're buying video games. The physical copy, the cartridge. But it's just a key card giving you permission to play the game. How many times do we have to repeat this? You don't own anything. Haven't you learned anything at all? Haven't you learned anything? You will own nothing and be happy.
You get the Switch 2 for $500.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really owning the Switch 2. It's like a lease now. So basically, if you make any modifications to that are unauthorized, you're just going to have it bricked instantly. They're going to log in. They're going to brick the whole system. And then the games themselves, if you don't have Wi-Fi, right, and you pay the extra $10 for that game card, it's no longer a game card. It's a key card. It gives you a key to be able to go online and download that game onto your Switch.
It is nothing.
So you
more
don't
than
have a physical game
license to play the
Yeah.
game now.
Wow.
And the worst, best, whatever, because I have been talking nothing but trash on Nintendo for months now. It is in the user agreements that you cannot sue them.
This is the new age. You have to become a smart consumer nowadays. You have to be a smart consumer. Wait until the console comes out. Right? Wait for the guinea pigs to buy it and then you go in and dive. That is the smart way to spend your money. As a matter of fact, if you really want to wait at least a year for the price to drop. Go down at least $100. Right? And all the other parts, like the controllers and the other accessories, they're also going to go down in price. Just wait a year. Be patient. Be like the Buddhist monks in the mountain. Be patient. Meditate. Concentrate, for God's sakes. people regret buying the Nintendo Switch. I'm not gonna buy one. I don't plan on buying one. I'm never gonna buy one. All the games that I have that are going to the Nintendo Switch, why should I? Oh, you can't play Super Mario. So? You can't play Legend of Zelda. There's a lot of free copies out there in, on the internet. If you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to sail the 7 seas with Luffy and the gang, bro. I don't need a Nintendo Switch 2. Within a year or two, that shit's there's gonna be an emulator pretty soon. Oh, sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Anyways, don't waste your money on a Nintendo Switch 2. It's garbage. Get a Steam Deck. As a matter of fact, Xbox got a handheld gaming PC now. The Xbox Rock Ally. Yeah, that's much more powerful. Oh, and by the way, it has 1,000 gigabytes of internal storage, unlike the Switch. Yeah, here comes competition. Here comes competition.
Xbox just announced 2 brand new handheld consoles, and I got hands-on with it. Here's everything you need to know. You have 2 different variations. Think of this like the Series S and this like the Series X. Both designed nearly exactly the same, with essentially a controller stretched out between a screen. Both consoles have the same screen, 1080p, 120Hz. The base Xbox Ally will be the cheaper between the two. This one has 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage, and a 60 watt-hour battery. The Xbox Ally X is probably the one that people are going to be more interested in though, because this one has a terabyte of storage, 24 gigabytes of RAM, and an 80 watt-hour battery. Meaning you can play this thing forever, but there's an even bigger reason why. This is going to be the most efficient handheld out there. The biggest reason is because it's made by Microsoft, they were able to take out all of the stuff from Windows that you don't need while gaming. So you can just launch the device right into your Xbox game library. Also, it's not just Xbox games. Again, it's a PC, so you can run Steam games, Battle.net, Ubisoft, anything that you own, you can pretty much play on this. That includes PlayStation games that are on Steam, by the way. Both of the devices have 2 USB-C ports at the top. This one actually has a Thunderbolt port, and you can connect an external GPU up to a 5090. I can't stress this enough. This will be the most efficient handheld on the market. Battery life will last longer than anything else you've experienced. They both release holiday this year, and price hasn't been announced yet.
Oh, I guess now the only good thing that Nintendo got going on for them is Nintendo World and the original Nintendo Switch. You got to give it. The original Nintendo Switch is a wonderful device. So, save your money. Don't buy the Switch 2. It's garbage. Everybody hates it. And the people who like it are just cucks. They're just fanboys that have nothing better to do with their lives. Alright, dudes, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications, comment below, share this video. It's your boy, Animatrix. Godspeed, baby!